Hello and welcome to another lesson in our hotels management system development. In our previous lessons, we covered on how to design our homepage as well as the customer search user form. Okay, so we're able to complete that successfully without any problems, without any stress. So in this lesson, we're going to be working on the welcome page. So let's quickly navigate straight to the welcome page and start work. So now let's change the background color by clicking from here. And here we can give it a very cool color like this color. Not bad. There we go. So what I'm going to do is to use the range here. So let's try squeezing the top range here. So now from C2, let's merge from C2 to U. Okay, and then up to this range. So let's merge and center. So here we have name of hotel. Okay, so we can call it name of hotel. Perfect. So here what we are going to do is to select this, and then here let's change the font to Arial black, and then we try to increase the size of it. Perfect. And then change this to yellow or whatever, or maybe whichever color you wish to change it to, you can do that. Or probably I think this color wouldn't be bad. That looks good. So we have the name here, and then the next thing is the address, okay, of that. So that we're going to be capturing from I5, this range here, I5, and we merge it to O, okay, I5 to O, then we merge and center, and then the sixth one, that is the next one, that is the contact, we merge from I6 straight to O as well. So here we merge it. So here you can just type address, and then here contact. So now what we're going to do is select this, press and hold Control on the keyboard and select this, and then we want to change this to probably Arial black as well. Arial black. There we go. So what I'm going to do is to decrease the font size a bit. There we go. So we have that as well up and running. So here select this and press and hold Control and select this and give it the same font color. So there we go. So now the next thing we're going to do is to provide some nice quick information here, like click the login button below, or click the button below to log in. Okay, so we select this, and then we want to merge and center, and then we provide that information. So you can say click the button or the login button below to log in. Perfect. So once we are done with that, below to enter your username and password to log in. Perfect. There we go. So we can select it now. We want to give it color, probably no, this color is not, this color is okay. Then we would want to give it probably Times New Roman, then bold it, and then reduce the font size a bit, and then probably italic it. Let me increase the font size a bit. There you go. So we can provide that button here by clicking on, coming to insert, and we go to shapes, then we grab a rounded corner shape here like this. Okay, quickly get this one here. There we go. So now let's format it. So let's first of all take off the outline and say no outline. Then shape fill. I think this color is not that bad. And then the effect, let's give it a very nice blue effect here. This is good. So right click, edit text, and then click on desktop, type login. There we go. So we want to format it, and we want to change this to Arial black. There we go. And we want to center it perfectly by clicking on this and increase the font size. There we go. Login. Perfect. So now we want to provide another information here to prompt the user to reset their password in case they forgotten of their password. Okay. Yeah. There we go. So now let's select this, Control C to copy this, and quickly let's bring it down here. Probably let's come down here. This here. Control V to paste. There we go. What we're going to do says forgotten password. Click below to reset your password. Perfect. click the button below to reset your password. Let's click on this button, Control D. Let's make a copy of it. However, we're going to change this one completely. Okay, let me just delete it. Let me use a different way of creating this button here. Let me go for different button. So let me go for Insert, Shapes. Let me grab this one now. Let's click on it. Draw a button here. And which color will be good for it? Let me just take off the outline. Say no outline. Fill. This deep green wouldn't be bad. This is okay for me. And then let me move it forward. There we go. So here, what I'm going to do right now is to quickly select it. Then we go to Format, and then let's go to Shape Effects. Then Shadow. Then let's give it a very nice one, of course. So we can choose to reduce it a bit. Right click on it, edit this, in this type, reset password. There we go. So let's on the home tab, and then Times New Roman. We would want to bold it and center it perfectly. There we go. Now that is also captured. So the next thing I would want us to do is to grab a shape that is going to hold our logo here. We get this one here. Let's draw it here. To be at the safer side, to prevent long formatting, let's just go to the home. Select this, Control C to copy, come to the welcome, Control V to paste. So drag it and place it here. So logo, let's change this to logo W. So the H should be changed to W. Just type W so that they don't have the same name. Logo H stands for logo on the home page, and then logo W here stands for logo on the welcome page. So after typing the name, hit enter. So now after selecting it, you should be able to see the name pops up. If they didn't pop up here, select it and then retype the name, press enter, and then you should have that up and running. There we go. So now we are okay with that as well. So I think for now we can hook our login button to this one. But before we do that, we actually need to look at the customization areas. I think okay, that should be the next lesson. For now, let's look at the login procedure. Okay, so let's go to developer. Let's go to the login form. Okay. Now, before that, let's quickly go to one of our sheets called logins here. So here we're going to create our login database. Okay, so here we have username, and then here password. Then once again the same thing. So let me just format this, and then reduce the font size. Let me give it this color here. Then italic it. Then bold it. I'll just copy this once again. Control C to copy here. Control V to paste. This is for password, username and password. This is for resetting username and password. You understand that, don't worry. So here by default, you can give our password to be admin or whatever you want to give. Okay, username to be admin, and then password to be probably 123. Okay, there we go. So now let's go to the login form. Now I look at the login form here. We have three areas here. We have the name of the receptionist or receptionist name, the username field, and then a password. This is text box 3, text box 1, and then text box 2. So now we have the login form button here, and then here to exit and load me. So let's double click on this one. So now it's to start with. First of all, what we are doing here is validation. If the user clicks on login, then you would want to tell the user to enter the receptionist name, username, and password. That is what we are doing there. So once we get ourselves covered there, then we want to prevent the screen from flickering anytime we trigger that module. So we are dimensioning our worksheet here: WSSH, and then BSH, and then user ID, and then a password. Now let's look at the following variables and where we are going to be setting them. Here, WS is going to be the logins sheet. Okay, the logins sheet. Let's look at that. The logins sheet. Let me show you something. The logins sheet. This is the sheet. That's the WS. And then we also have SH. That is the home sheet. and then the BSH, that is the bill sheet, and the user ID should be coming from text box 1 that I just showed you, and password should be coming from text box 2 that I just showed you. Now here, let me just clear this one here. Perfect. Now if user ID equal to ws.range a2.text and password equal to ws.range b2.text, then ws.range c2.value equal to ws.range a2.value. What we are saying is that ws stands for what? Don't forget, that is the login sheet. And then we are saying that ws a2 and b2, let's look at that. Ws, this is the ws login sheet, this is the a2 and b2. If the username and password is equal to what we have here, is equal to what we have in the user form here and here, is equal to this and that, then we would want to do something. We would want to do what? Assign those values, the username and password. We would want to assign them to what? The same sheet, D2 and B2 here. We would want to assign them to this one and this one. We are storing them there in case we would want to reset the password. We would want to cross check if the previous, if you actually know your username already before you can reset your password. We would want to store the username here and password here for reference in case you want to reset your password. That is that. So we would want to assign those values there and then tell you that login successful. Then once the login is successful, then what we are going to do is to unprotect the SH sheet, which is the SH sheet, that is the home sheet. By default, when we customize our system, okay, I should have started with that model, but however, don't worry. Whenever we customize our system by changing the system name and other details using this particular form here, by default, the system, some of the sheets get protected. So anytime we would want to rewrite those sheets, then we would have to unprotect them using the password that we use to protect them before we can write to them. Okay, that is exactly what I'm trying to do there. So now let's go back to our login. So what we are saying is that we would want to unprotect the SH, that is the home sheet, with this same password that we used to protect it. That is KTCC HMS at 2024. So that's the password. So once we are done with that, the SH, which is what? The home sheet dot range, that is U6, should be equal to what? Text box what? Array.text. So what we are saying is that home page, the range U6. Where is the range U6? Let's go to the home page. This is the home page. This is the range U6. You can see that. We are saying that the value of it should be coming from U6. Let me see this. I'm missing something. Okay, this should be coming from text box 3, and text box 3 on this form is where the receptionist name. So we are saying that, hey, pick the receptionist name here and quickly save it here for me. Perfect. That is what we are doing. So that is that. Let's quickly click on this and come back here. So once you do that, and then the next thing is that BSH. Okay, BSH, that is the bill sheet dot range L7, the value that send the receptionist name to the bill sheet and display it in the range L7. So we go to the bill sheet, the range L7, this is L7, bring the receptionist name here as well. So that name will be on the home page at the same time on the bill sheet. Don't forget of that. That is that. So once you are done with that, what you're going to do is to protect the sheet back again with the, when you are done with that, then application of visible equal to true. Show me the application. Open the application now. Then when you open the application, I would want to see a particular place. Which place? The home. So we say what? Worksheet, that is the home page, dot visible equal to true. And then once it's visible, I would want to activate it. So whenever we log in, the first page we go to is the home page. And when you are done, protect the SH, that is the home sheet for me again with the same password, KTCC HMS at 2024. So once that happens, you are going to hide it too. So this model here, what it does is that it displays the formula bar and then set it to true, screen updating to false, and then sheet tabs also false. So you didn't see the formula bar and sheet tabs, it will hide them. Then unload me. Else, meaning if the password or username is not correct, then we tell them that you've entered incorrect info, VBA critical, and then quickly we close the workbook. It's as simple as that. Okay, so that is how that login system works. So we've covered the login system. So what we can do right now is to, then you can go through. If you would want to understand deep, I have a lot of videos on my channel you can check, and then you'll be able to get that up and running. What I'm going to do is to go to the welcome page now, and let me go here and let's double click on the login form, and then let's make sure the form is selected. After that, make sure the form is selected, then you copy the name. Then from here, let's come back here. So here we can right click on this login, just right click and go to assign macro, click on new, and then paste the name, then .show. There we go. There we go. So now if we minimize this one now and click on this, the login form will pop up. So now we go to the reset password. Let's go to the reset password model. Okay. So let's open it, FRM reset password. It's very simple. Don't forget, we have the username here. For you to reset the password, you would have to enter the username for us, enter the new password and confirm it. You should be able to know the username before reset. Setting new password. Let's open this one. The model is very simple. Here we are dimensioning S8 as worksheet, and that S8 is our logins here. Now this is a different model, so we can use any variable we've already declared name inside this model. Okay, there's no issue, there's no problem with that. Okay, so now if textbox 22.value equal to textbox 21, let's look at the various text boxes we are talking about. This is textbox 22, this is textbox 21. Okay, take note of that. So if textbox 22.value equal to textbox 21.value, meaning if the password you are resetting, you've entered the password, and then the confirmation field, you enter the same password, meaning it's correct. If you are resetting the password, if your new password is admin, the confirmation field must be admin. That is what we are checking. If that two or those two are correct, then we are going to do what? Assign the new password to the sheet, that is the login sheet. Replace the old password with the new password, and then tell you that password changed successfully. So once we are done, what we are doing is to clear the fields. To clear these fields here, to set this to empty, empty, empty. Everything is done. Simple as that. So if you've entered the wrong password, then we tell you that, hey, type the password you type do not match. Ensure they match. So you make sure you enter the password, make sure they match. So basically that is that about the reset password. So you can go through the models as well. So here, right click, assign macros, click on, okay, now let's go for the name of the form. So let's double click on it. Make sure you select the form from the top here. You see, the reason why I'm stressing on this is that if you select this and you copy the name here, you are copying the name of this button. However, if you select the form from the top, you can see that the name here has changed. You copy the real name of the form, then we go back. Then we can come here, right click on this, assign macro, click on new, then you paste the name, then .show. There we go. Save it. So with this, minimize this. When we run this, we'll be able to display the login form. Perfect. So another thing you can do here is you can add your, as the developer, you can add your information here. I always do that. Maybe developer's name. Let me just Control-C. Okay, let me format this appropriately first. Real black. So Control-C to copy this, and then bring it, come down, Control-V to paste, come down, Control-V to paste. So contact will be the next one. Email. So let's select this, then align it to the right. So here you can merge this and center. So select it, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste. Here to Control-V to paste. Now we declare this. So now what we're going to do is to select this and go for all body. So we have this. So the name can be here, the contact number can be here, email address can be here, because we'll be protecting this for you. Okay. So basically that is that. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. So in our next lesson, we are going to be focusing on how we can customize our system and have our logo displayed here, the name here, the address, contact, and then also have the what else? Yeah, the contact here displayed here, the email address, and then the name of the hotel, and then the logo displayed here, as well as having the logo also display on the bill sheet and also display on the homepage. So that is what we'll be doing in our next lesson. Thank you so much for watching. Our next lesson. See you.